What if the story of humanity didn't begin in Europe or the Middle East, but in one ancient land that still exists today? A land where our earliest ancestors walked upright, where the first stone tools were shaped by human hands, and where one of the world's greatest forgotten empires once rivaled Rome itself. This is Ethiopia. Not just a country with history, but the place where human history itself began. In this documentary, we travel across millions of years, from the dawn of humanity to powerful ancient kingdoms, religious revolutions, global trade empires, and the survival of a civilization that refused to disappear. Long before borders, before nations, before language itself, Ethiopia was already shaping our story. The Great Rift Valley, slicing through East Africa, preserves one of the richest fossil records on Earth. Nearly 40% of all major hominid discoveries come from this region. In 1974, scientists uncovered a fossil that changed everything. A small, fragile skeleton over 3 million years old. They named her Lucy. Lucy walked upright, yet still carried features of ancient apes. She was proof that bipedal walking began far earlier than anyone imagined. But Lucy was only the beginning. Across Ethiopia, fossils reveal an unbroken timeline of human evolution, from early hominids to anatomically modern humans nearly identical to us. And at Gona, archaeologists discovered the oldest stone tools ever made, 2.6 million years old. These crude stone blades marked humanity's first technology, the moment intelligence became innovation. Ethiopia wasn't just where humans lived, it was where humans became human. As the Ice Age ended, Ethiopia's highlands transformed. Communities began domesticating native crops like teff, laying the foundation for permanent settlements. This shift from hunting to farming changed everything. Food surpluses led to population growth. Villages became towns. Social structures grew more complex. By the first millennium BCE, Ethiopia was home to diverse cultures, connected by trade routes linking Africa, Arabia, and the Red Sea. And soon, the first Ethiopian state emerged. Around the 10th century BCE, the kingdom of Diamt, or Damat, rose in northern Ethiopia. This was no primitive society. Damat built stone temples, developed irrigation systems, and mastered ironworking, among the earliest iron technologies in Africa. Its culture blended indigenous African traditions with South Arabian influences. They even developed a written script, still only partially understood today. Through trade networks, Ethiopian gold, ivory, and obsidian reached Arabia, Egypt, and possibly India. For centuries, Damat prospered. Then, mysteriously, it fragmented. But its legacy paved the way. The Kingdom of Aksum. Aksum wasn't just a regional power. It became one of the great empires of the ancient world. Its kings ruled through organized administration, taxation, and a standing army. But Aksum's true strength lay in trade. Aksum controlled Red Sea routes linking Roman Egypt, Arabia, India, and East Africa. The port of Adulis became a global trading hub. Ivory, gold, spices, silk, emeralds, goods from 3 continents passed through Aksumite hands. Aksum even minted its own gold and silver coins, a rare achievement in ancient Africa. Greek inscriptions made their currency recognizable across the Mediterranean. So powerful was Aksum that a Persian record listed it alongside Rome, Persia, and China as one of the 4 great powers of the world. Yet today,
Few people even know its name. Aksum's dominance was carved into stone. Gigantic obelisks, some over 30 meters tall, were cut from single pieces of granite and erected with astonishing precision. These monuments marked royal tombs and proclaimed imperial authority. Even modern engineers struggle to explain how they were transported and raised. Aksumite cities featured multi-story stone buildings, drainage systems, palaces, and planned streets. This was urban civilization deep in Africa over 1,700 years ago. In the 4th century CE, everything changed. King Ezana converted to Christianity decades before Rome officially did. Unlike Europe, Ethiopia adopted Christianity independently through Egyptian Coptic influence. Coins replaced pagan symbols with crosses. Royal inscriptions invoked the Christian God. This faith fused with local traditions, creating a unique form of Christianity that still survives today. Religion became identity, and that identity would protect Ethiopia for centuries. Aksum did not fall overnight. Environmental damage stripped forests. Soil erosion reduced harvests. Trade routes shifted as Islamic powers controlled the Red Sea. Economic isolation weakened the empire. Instead of collapsing violently, Ethiopia moved inward, preserving culture even as political power faded. Christian traditions, language, and art survived. Civilization endured, even without empire. Centuries later, new rulers rose. The Zagwe dynasty carved churches directly into rock at Lalibela, entire sacred buildings sculpted from stone. These churches symbolized Ethiopia's spiritual resilience. In 1270 CE, the Solomonic dynasty reclaimed power, claiming descent from King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. This myth united faith, monarchy, and identity, a tradition that lasted until the 20th century. Ethiopia was never erased by conquest, never colonized in the ancient world, never culturally destroyed. From the first human footsteps to global trade empires to living religious traditions, Ethiopia stands as one of humanity's longest continuous stories. Not forgotten history, but unfinished history.